Grand Rising Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, the generous donations, hypes, everything. I appreciate it all. We're going to ring this bell. We're going to go ahead and clear out the energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us this Wednesday morning or whenever you happen to see this. See, now it's different. First, they was good going on their way, but they noticed something about you now. Now they want to come back. Now now I'm ready to commit. Even though I played you in the beginning, in the middle, but now that it's the end, I want to commit. Grand Rising, the soul archetype. Bottom of the deck. Release your power. See, somebody they know now that they have no power over you. Hey, Malcolm. That they thought that they could just treat you any way, they could do anything, they could come and go as they please. But now they're realizing, no, that's the furthest thing from the truth. See, that now they're realizing it because they're stuck in a situation of their own making. And see, they're looking at you and they know that the natural world needs you because you have a gift, you have a calling, your purpose. This person is trying not to lose hope, even though autumn was their last chance. But you see clearly. You're very clairvoyant. You see that whole situation. Hey, Wing Seer, how are you? I'm well, thank you so much for asking. See, now this person, it's like now they want your guidance. Now they want your assistance. Now they want your help. Hey, Shaylin. Even though before they had some type of distorted view about you, they talk shit about you. You know, whereas they should have been true to themselves, like they see you being true to yourself. You're not going around trying to show people, watch what I can do. Here, hold my beer. Watch this. Oh, I got them wrapped around my finger. You are being true to yourself. You're not listening to that outside chatter where someone is telling you, oh, what I would do if it was me, but it's not them. And you recognize that. Hey, High Priestess. Now somebody, they want some healing from this heartbreak, this self-imposed heartbreak. Hey, K Hyphy, how are you? And they feel like there's a clear solution. They feel like I know what I'm going to do. They feel like they can come back to you and you're going to be like, yes, I welcome you back into the fold. Here, let me get your chair for you. But see, love is strange. They didn't realize that. And they know that you have that unconditional love for them. But that doesn't mean that you're going to allow them to abuse you or mistreat you, to disrespect you, to discount you, to throw you away like trash and then accept you back. This person, they were working too hard on doing what they was doing, you know, and they even had their intuition and their spirit angels, spirit guides was telling them, you doing too much. You doing way too much. Rein it back. Rein that shit back in. Like they was told, you need to go ahead and apologize. It's time for you to grow up. It's time for you to stop that. You're going to regret this. Now as this person is haunted Their ancestors, their spirit guides are haunting them because now they need something. They find themselves in a certain position that they cannot get out of, and they want your help. See, they took this tempting offer, but this tempting offer came with a really high price. They thought that they had the pocket change, but now they see that that price was nothing financial. It cost them their soul. It cost them their divinity. It's put them on a different path. With this breaking dawn, somebody is waking up. Somebody is hating themselves because now it is the morning and they see exactly what they've done. Now this person feels like they have this wonderful idea. This is their aha moment. They feel like, I know what I can do. But see, what they're failing to realize is that now, because of all the things that they did do, there's now a collision of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energies. You no longer resonate with this person, and this person no longer resonates with you. Y'all are on two different paths. Right now, this is the calm before the chaos. And they're trying to get ahead of this chaos. They want to get ahead of the storm so they can go ahead and create their safety, battle, what is it called? Tackle down the hatches or something like that. Now they're trying to see what they can do to fix things before everything just is destroyed. They're seeing this tower moment come and they don't know what to do. They had the opportunity to count their blessings when they were receiving their blessings, but they didn't. They listened to a fool. They listened to somebody who had no blessings. They listened to somebody who had already lost everything, including their soul. And them not being so clear on who they were, them afraid to speak up, afraid to grow up, afraid to mature spiritually, they allowed themselves to be played. Hey, Angelique, how are you? So now they want to come to you because they know they need healing. See, now this person they want to change. They want to learn something new. Now they want to learn something new. Hey, good morning, Reverend. How are you? They want to learn something new because they know that you have this type of ancient wisdom. They called you stupid. They called you crazy. They said all these horrible things about you. But now, even whenever you told them what they could expect, they called you crazy. But now that it's coming to, and now that things are coming to fruition, they see that there was nothing crazy about you at all. It was your wisdom. They're praying for a miracle. They're praying that, you can help them reach their spiritual team. You can help them to kind of get them back to where they need to be. Like you got all these Band-Aids and turn the gauze and the tape and everything. You can kind of patch them back together to where they need to be because they don't want this tower to fall. They know it's cleanup time. And they hope that, you know what, you would be there to help them. See, this other person that was involved with them, they know that they had to leave this group because it's that time to clear out the group. They used to say, oh, those are my people, but now they don't want to call them their people. They are at an important end. Important end. So that they can start some type of new beginning. So expect this person back. Expect them to return. Expect them to reach out and ask for help. Even though they invaded your boundaries, they tried to claim dominance over you. There's just that level of disrespect. But see, they're looking at you differently now. They see you completely changed. So now they have to look up to you. Whereas before they thought that they were so high and mighty that they could look down on you. They're realizing that they were a sewer maiden, especially whenever they were working with that group, the group that they left, confirmation, the group they needed to leave. Now it's their turn. Their turn to hear you say those words that they need to back off. Because what they did, they cannot undo. That bridge that they burnt, it's not just going to magically be rebuilt again. Now they're realizing that what comes around always has a way of returning right back around. Hi, E. Angel Bostic. How are you? You know, it's like this person now that they are waking up in the morning and they're realizing what they've done, what they have done to their own life. And they're thinking about you. They have nothing but sweet memories about you. Because that energy shift that this person feels is real. You know, they allowed themselves to be drawn in by some type of glamour. Oh, the intrigue. Oh, the drama of it all. But you know, that intrigue, that quote unquote glamour, the drama, all they did was call in some type of spirits that they shouldn't have called in. Hey, J. Mike. And now those spirits are like, hey, where do you think you're going? Because we're here. How it creates grand rising. This person feels like, you know, that they deserve this. Like, it's time for a treat. They feel like they kind of deserve a second chance. Like, I didn't know. This was just my first infraction. Oh, take me back. It's not fair. It's only because this person still has not grown up. They still haven't matured. They miss you. You miss them too. But the thing is, you said with that disrespect, with that counting me out, with no support, with all of those nasty words that you said about me, with all of those lies that you co-signed about me, you can miss me with that. See, the signs are with this person already of what they should expect. And they know that from death comes rebirth. See, this person is just afraid to let that old self that old person that they used to be, that ego, that pride. This person is afraid to let that die so that they can be reborn, so that they can rebuild themselves. That ego, that pride, that those narcissistic tendencies, that where they think that somebody has to hold, that they're held up in high esteem, but they could look down on someone else, that control that they thought they had, they now realize they was holding on way too tight. It don't work like that. Hey, Shadia, how are you, sweetie? This person is about to go through some powerful personal growth, just like you did, just like you had to. You had to let the old you die in order to be reborn. And see, this person, they didn't recognize when you was allowing the old you to die. They didn't recognize that when you were being reborn. They just noticed that you was different. They called you weird. That's what I'm saying. They called you weird. They called you crazy. They said you was out of your mind. They said you needed help. But they didn't realize you had already received the help that you needed, which is why you allowed that old you to die. Now it's a time for spirit. They have to go through this transition. Hey, Hypsee, how are you, sweetie? The only course that they have, the only way they can go is straight through. It's time for this person to be brave. They can't hide anymore. They can't act like they don't know. They can't act like they don't see. Because the morning is here. They're waking up to the life that they chose to create. What's the message, Spirit? Somebody in her big behind is moving the little table. So if you see something move, it's not me, it's you know who. Don't want to say the name. Because then somebody's going to be like, oh, you said you wanted to pet me? You said you wanted to go? So, yeah. Somebody's waking up to realize that, you know what? They paid the price with the wrong thing. Not realizing it was their soul that was being wagered. It was their soul that was up for sale. This person didn't realize they were so easily bought. All they had to hear was somebody say something almost convincing, because it wasn't the truth. It was just almost convincing in their ear. And they said, I'm on board. Put me down. I'm there. Hey, Nancy. Now it's time. They understand it's time for a change for them. They have to learn something new. They thought they was going to teach you something. Oh, baby. No, 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 no. You taught them something. You're the only one with the ancient wisdom. They needed you. They still need you, which is why they're going to come back to you. Because this person knows that they need a miracle to get out of whatever they put themselves in. The hard part is them having to understand that love is strange. It don't mean that I'm going to take you back time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. And you do me wrong. You hurt me. You misuse me. You abuse me. You're narcissistic to me. This, that, and the other. and then you're going to continue to bring them back, allow them to come back. You ghosted me. You talked about me. You tried to ruin my reputation. You told everybody I was crazy, but now you want me to bring you back into the fold? Love is strange. I love you. I have unconditional love. There's nothing that you could ever do to make me stop loving you, but I do not have to accept you back, because I understand now you don't love yourself. So you don't know how to love me. What's the message? Their ancestors are here with them, letting them know that they fucked up royally, because they fucked up with you, royalty. They just want one more chance. They feel like they deserve one more chance, because you know what? Now they appreciate you, because now they realize how much they miss you. And what they miss is how they felt when they were around you. What they miss is the blessings that came from you. What they miss is how you always had them spiritually protected. How you always tried to pour into them. How you always supported them. And they never, ever gave it back to you, because they felt like you didn't need it. They felt like you weren't important enough. They felt like they could look down on you and decide, I'm going to give you this, or here, take this. I don't need this anymore. This is trash. Here, you can have it. It don't work all the way, but if you put this over here and you prop it up right there, and then you put this string around it and do this and these paper clips and these staples, it's going to work almost just fine. It wasn't until they started getting that same treatment that they realized they fumbled a good one. They messed up. It's not until what they put out there was coming back to them, they realized they need to get out of that little group. You had told them. You explained it to them. You showed them. You brought the receipts. You read it out. You put it up on the screen. You showed them on the TV. You got the videos together. You got the audio recordings together. And they still chose not to believe you. Not because you weren't convincing, not because they knew you weren't telling the truth, but because they chose this life. They thought they was about that smoke. Now all of a sudden, they feel like they're about to choke. Bottom of the deck. They are in regret. They don't know what to do. They're in regret because of look who they chose to be with. Look who they said was more important than you. Look at the direction that they wanted to go in. Look at what they wanted to do. This is what they chose. That was what was more important than you. And they didn't think that with all this fire right here, that they was actually ever going to end up choking. It's like they had a choice. Do they want that devil? Or do they want this healing? They had a choice. And they chose the devil. But see, now that choice, it doesn't make sense to them because they see with you, you were highly protected. You were highly spiritual. You knew you had that ancient wisdom. You knew what time it was. You could see people clearly. You told them. But instead of them believing that you was a chosen, they looked at, they listened to, they conspired with, and they chose to act just like this witch. Now, it's Judgment Day. And now this person, they feel like their life is completely out of control. And they don't know what to do. They don't know even how to get past this broken heart. Like they're trying to remember things that you told them, but because they allowed that demonic energy, that devil, just to sap all the life out of them, to take their soul, they can't even recall the important things that you told them on how to fight the demon, how to be the slayer, how to get rid of the devil, how to recognize the devil. This person was so immature. And now it's not until this Wheel of Fortune started going around, when things started coming right back around, now they see things clearly. And what they see is that they are getting karma. They're getting their justice. And so are you. See, this person, they didn't think that you could make it without them. But now they see how incredibly strong you are, how incredibly happy you are. They see that now you didn't need them, they needed you. Hey, C-Bones. Like I said, it was those words that they said about you. It was those lies that they helped to spread. It was them rumors that was going rampant about you. That's what got them stuck. This is why they're having a hard time getting out of this situation that they put themselves in. Now somebody wants to work hard to try and clear things up. But there's so much that they have to clear up because they chose this path. They chose which way they wanted to go. They just didn't see it was such a tower at the end of it. And now they are facing this tower. Now they want some of your power. Now they want to take a different path. They want to come up and ask you, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Which way do I go? This person is stressed out because you gave them the knowledge. You told them the truth. And they didn't believe you. Not because it wasn't the truth, but because they didn't want to. They didn't even believe and couldn't even see that you was a whole earth angel trying to make sure that their life was balanced, trying to take care of them, trying to make sure that they was okay. And instead of giving to you, they held back from you. They held back from you. They played you. They was like, okay, I'll be there, and never show up. So what were you supposed to do? They thought that the gossip, the lies, them jumping on that hate train about you, they thought that was going to end you, that was going to cancel you. They tried to cancel you. And now they want to come and apologize to you. They want to ask for your forgiveness. They want you to pray for them, with them, for their own good, so that they can repair themselves, so they can get back on the right foot, the right track. You know, when you saw that they were not willing to invest in you, they weren't willing to give to you equally. They were just given parts of their soul, pieces of their soul, their spirit, their mind, their finances, their time, their heart to everybody else. You had no choice but to leave, but to walk away from that ass. At that point, you became ruler of your own land, protector of your own heart. You saw where you needed to go by yourself to build what it is that you needed to build. And you know what? Spirit said, get in this boat. Let's go. Spirit had enough, had seen enough. And the only reason you even had to go through so much is because Spirit wanted you to see exactly who this person was, just so that you could make the decision that you needed to go on alone. Now this person sees that you have this new start and they got this great new idea. You know, but it's the people that they was hanging around with, all of those cool kids, all the their friends, all those who they thought was going to have their back. They see now that those people did nothing but tire them the fuck out, make it so that they can't even, go on anymore. That they've had to fight battle after battle after battle with these same people that they fought to be with against you. Their lies, they're not even working anymore. And nobody believes this King of Cups anymore because of the number of lies, of how they tried to cancel you, how they tried to cut you out, how there was no honesty, there was no integrity, and there damn sure wasn't no loyalty. They see this person as two-faced, going to smile in your face and stab you behind your back. The whole time they was talking about you because you were investing in yourself. You was working on yourself. You was creating something, and now they see that you a whole empress and you did it by yourself. Now somebody wants to come in and they want to work with you because now they got this great idea. Oh, I should be on that path. I need to be there. But see, they're failing to realize that the whole time when they were supposed to be giving you love, supporting you, encouraging you, standing beside you, they were sitting here attacking you. Now they're realizing that they was a narcissist. And they was just trying to see how they could get over on you. They didn't think that you knew. They was like, oh, they too kind, they too sweet, they an airhead, they always in there. They felt like you was always in your feelings, always in your emotions. You was always trying to talk to spirit. You was always trying to listen for the downloads. And they was like, this person is crazy. They thought that they could get over on you. But now they see they didn't do anything. They got over on themselves. That was it. Not only did you build yourself up, not only do people look at you like you are successful, not only do people respect you and know that you are more than worthy, but people see that you stand alone and you don't need anyone else. You got your own money. You got your own property. You got your own this, your own that. They see that how you was discerning of these other people, how you stood alone, how you fought alone, and how you won. Like these people are sitting here thinking like, and you wasn't afraid to talk, to tell them who they were. You wasn't sitting here trying to buy all their lies. You wasn't afraid to put it out there about themselves, what they need to do. Somebody else notices you. And they've been looking at you. Somebody wants to travel to see you. It's like they may even want to move to be near you. Because they feel like you are what they have been waiting for their entire life. And now this person, the person that fumbled you, they feel like a fool. They know that the only thing that they can do is face their own shadow, is face their own demons. This person is trying to figure out, what was it about you, or what was it about them that they thought they was going to get some satisfaction in trying to battle you, trying to go to war with you, trying to cancel you, trying to take you down. What was it about it? This person, they have to think back. They have to think way back, because this was nothing new. They started this a long time ago. Now they're realizing that they were trying to come up against you because somebody told them that you hold the keys to the palace and that you wasn't going to share. Now somebody realizes that the reason they came up against you is because they allowed somebody or they allowed the devil to whisper in their own ear. They wanted your inheritance. They thought that, you wasn't going to be able to protect yourself, but you knew how to fight. And now they're looking at you and everything in your life is stable. Your heart is open. You're receiving God's blessings. They can't knock you off your square. They can't do none of that. But they know the truth. And the truth of the matter is they hurt themselves, not you. See, this is that hard pill to swallow, especially since now they can't sleep and their money is funny. They on the outside trying to look in. Now they get it now. Now it makes sense what you were saying. Now they realize that those people that was trying to get them to do all this stupid, sneaky, backhand energy shit, those were the true enemies to them. You was never their enemy. Ever. You gave too much. You supported too much. You encouraged too much. You loved too much. You tried to hold them up in high esteem too much. You tried to let them know you can do this too much. You did too much. And they did too much too. Too much lying, too much backstabbing, too much gossiping, too much trying to cancel you. They did too much too. And now it's coming to light. They are about to wake up in the motherfucking morning. And now they have nothing left to show. Nothing. Now they want to bring the one only pinnacle that they have left to try and collaborate with you. Who needs it? You built your own empire. Who needs the dead weight? Not you. It ain't you. See, you told this person, hey, you don't want to do it like that. Don't trust those people. They thought that you was hating. You wasn't hating. You was warning them. What you gotta hate for? You was getting your own. It was a long, hard struggle for you, but you know what you knew? What you knew was you was actually going to get it because you were promised this gift. And so you had to just carry on. You didn't try and look for ways to go around, to go above, to go beyond, trying to make up shit so that the load was easier for you to carry. No, you put that shit on your back and you went straight through. You did what God told you to do. Now it's up to them to do what God is telling them to do. This person realizes they was acting immature for a while now. That there was past time for them to grow up. They're realizing now that it was somebody from the past that was that was purposely setting out to get them caught up. Purposely trying to screw their life over. But yet what they decided that they was going to work on, they chose not to see that it was not going to turn out the way they wanted. They chose wrong. And now they want to come back to you to help them get back on their path. Because it's the morning. If y'all can hear my stomach, I do apologize. But as soon as I'm over off this, I'm getting ready to go in. I'm getting ready to run down the hallway to the kitchen and fix me some breakfast. And I mean run. She gonna think something's going on because I'm about to run. Boy, it's like what you put out is what you get back. That wheel of fortune don't ever stop turning. It never get to one spot and it's like, okay, we here. You're going to be on top forever. And they're going to be on the bottom forever. It's never like that. Stop believing that the earth is flat. Remember that it always is moving around. It may not move around like this. It may move some other type of way, but it's moving. Shit ain't never gonna stay the fucking same. And those lies were bound to come out. Especially when you knew you had to protect your own good name. People thought that, oh, you ain't never going to amount to nothing. Now they see you amount to a whole lot. Once again, you told this person, hey, I love you unconditionally. There ain't nothing that you could ever do to make me stop loving you. But boo, you got to learn how to love yourself. And until you do, ain't shit I can do for you. Somebody realizing now that this was a generational test. This was what they call breaking generational curses. And all they had to do was be strong. All they had to do was show some courage. All they had to do was tell the truth about you while you told the truth about you. That's all they had to do. They realized that they hooked up with somebody who was jealous of you. That there was a big difference between them and you. That you was an angel, an earth angel. That you was a living, breathing, somebody that you could touch, somebody who had that wisdom, somebody who received guidance from God. That was you. And they realized that they chose somebody who was a trickster, who felt that they could take what they wanted, how they could create a situation. Now they're realizing that situation that was created, confirmation, was just a lie. It was just to get them off track. It was just to fuck their life up. And it wasn't even because that person cared for them. It wasn't that. It was just that person wanted to fuck them up. That person wanted to fuck their life up. That person wanted to mess your life up. That person didn't care because that person didn't love themselves. That person knew that their life, they had sold their soul long time ago. Their only purpose was to unalive, steal, and destroy. That was it. It was not to try and bring anybody together. It was not to bring anyone together. And like I said, this person had to realize that what they was going through was a generational curse test. You're going to break it or you're going to fail. And they're looking at you. You the only one that had the courage to break it and move forward. That was it. That was it. You had the courage. You had the foresight. You answered the call. You accepted that gift that God gave to you. The courage to fight. The courage to help. The courage to heal. The courage to love. Bottom of the deck. This person is feeling the weight of their own world on their shoulders. And they are ashamed at how they treated you. They were trying to give you leftovers whenever you deserved the first fruits. Hi, Elizabeth. But you knew how to protect you and yours. You knew how to protect your good name. You knew that, you know what, you had to separate yourself from this mess. You knew you had to block them out because you knew that they was not thinking clearly. You knew that they were trying to come up against you, and they didn't think that you knew that they was trying to come up against you. You saw it, but you also knew that it was your turn. Your turn was coming. That everybody else would see it too. And so when you decided that, hey, I have to move on without you, I hate to have to leave you, but I see that you have already left me. That's whenever you went ahead and you kept moving. You allowed God to work in your life, and you allowed God to do what it was that God wanted to do. And you're the one that's happy. You're the one that's blessed. And now this person, they want to come back in. But they know it's not going to be the same. Because they know that you understand that they tried to cancel you. This person knows that you feel them. You feel them energetically. This person knows that you still care. You know, you have the common sense to not to let them in, but they know that you still care. But until they can get rid of what they no longer need and who they no longer need and turn their own life around, they have to do this. They have to go through this. They have to drop all this facade and charade and everything else. They have to get their own mind right. Like they told you that you needed help. Baby. They need the help. They're the ones that's confused. Until then, there's nothing that you can do for them. Hey, Addie, Grand Rising. Ain't shit you can do to help them. This person needs help. They got to help themselves. You know, they have to help themselves. They have to be the first person at their own soul saving party. You saved yourself a long time ago. And it was, you knew you needed to save yourself because you saw exactly what the devil was trying to do. You saw this, you felt this, you was in the trenches. You was in the trenches. You was in the trenches with the person who was trying to put you in the trenches, and you had to leave them. And now everything is exploding, crumbling, imploding. All their lies are being shown to be just that. Lies. Made up. Not the truth. And you're the one that's getting victory. You're the one that's on getting justice. You're the one that's on the good side of karma. You're the one that's receiving the dharma, and everybody else is seeing exactly what type of warlock this person was and is. Because until they go inside, until they go through that own dark night of the soul, they're always going to be like that. This person is sitting here looking at you, how victorious you are. It's like this person calls you noble. I'm hearing that word, nobility, noble, royalty, because they know that you were able to block their curses, block their that war, and they're afraid because they know this shit is coming back on them. These 8 wands that they sent out towards you didn't mess with you, didn't even hit you, didn't even come in your own direction. They stopped short of you. And now this person is upset because they know that it's got to go back to the rightful owner. I'm telling you, this person, somebody, they in their emotions and they definitely want to travel to see you. They're coming. Expect them to knock on the door. Expect them to ring the doorbell. Expect them. They just want to talk to you. They want to have a conversation with you. You know, they want to ask you, how did you make it on your own? How did you do things by yourself? How did you this and how did you that? And now they realizing that, you know what? They should have followed in your footsteps because you was working. You was putting in the work. You was doing it. You was building your own empire. This person now sees they should have been trying to follow up after you, as opposed to thinking that this money was so important. They was going to get with this crew. Everything was going to be good. But see, they overheard something. They overheard somebody talking about them. They overheard how these people were trying to plan to conspire against them. That's what they heard. That's whenever they knew somebody was trying to break them up. That's whenever they realized somebody got in the middle of their relationship with you. Now this person wants to work on this with you. Now they want to see if they can rekindle. Can we rekindle the spark? But you know the truth of how they tried to hurt you. They tried to battle you down. You know the truth of that. So what kind of spark is that? What, you want to blow everything up? You want to get somebody trapped? You already know what they did, and they already did too fucking much. That's why they are in that position that they are in. That's why they are in spiritual prison. They already did too much. What is left to do? They believe you that you're an earth angel now. They know that you can balance things out. They believe that you see everything without saying anything. And they also know that you knew that they swore up and down that they did not love you, that they was not going to bring this cup of love towards you. They sat there and they wanted to get with this warlock instead of trying to build with you. And now they're realizing that, you know what, they may not be able to repair this. It's this that aha moment that they have and just may not work. Maybe they realize that, you know what, instead of them respecting you and appreciating that you've been there for them, they chose to act like a fool and go on in some other direction. Now they're realizing the other direction that they went into. Somebody that didn't care for them, somebody that was a hidden enemy to them, somebody that was jealous of them, somebody that wanted to hurt them. And now they're realizing that they was immature in how they was looking at things. They realized that, you know, they had this distorted view. They was like this wish, and that's all they could see. Oh, I got me a little fish. They don't even think that they're strong enough to wake up. They don't feel like they're strong enough to even make this. They have themselves in this hangman position, and they don't know how much longer they can last. Give me just a minute. Go lay down in your bed, baby. All they know is the actions that they took, it cost them dearly, cost them a lot. It's like they paid to go to war with you and lose. They lost everything coming after you because they didn't know that you was going to be able to protect yourself and call judgment on the situation. Confirmation. You may have some choice words about them, to them, when they do come through, you know, but you're going to be able to see exactly what they want and what they need. They want you to help them. They want your pentacles. They want to ask you how you built your empire. They want to ask you how you knew. It don't take no college degree. You don't have to be no rocket scientist. You don't have to have come up with the cure to cancer or any of that. All you had to do was open up your eyes and look. All you had to do was just feel. All you had to do was just be open to the Most High and go the direction that God said, go this way. This person is in such regret because you know what? They chose these 3 cups and those 3 cups are knocked over. That poison is all over the ground. And all they had to do was look back here to choose those 2 cups with you. Instead of them seeing you, that God was offering you that cup, they still chose those 3 cups. And now they're trying to figure out what made them choose those 3 cups. How could they not see you? Just a minute, Sasha. Like I said, somebody's coming to you and they don't have a lot. They don't have a lot. But what they're going to be asking is, how can you help them get back on their path? But see, now they want you to help them get back on their path because, you know, everything that they said about you wasn't the truth. It was just jealousy. Now they see it was somebody else's goal, just out of straight jealousy. Now they see that, just a minute, Sasha. Just a minute, little girl. Just a minute. Okay, let's go. Go on. Go on. Here I come. Now they see that this happiness You already got it. You was their happiness. Hold on, y'all. Let me put her outside. You know it's that time. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's up. That's up. My goodness. What's the message? What is the message, Spirit? I know there was another. Here it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody realizes that they have to be the one to stop all of this. You know, they got to be the one to stop this magician in their life. You know, the one who's the trickster energy. They got to be that one. You're not gonna do it. When you offer to do it, this person said, "I don't need your help." What you talking about? What you talking about? This the cool side. You the loser side. See, whenever you said, "Hey, I'll help you. I'll help you. I'll help you get out of this," they didn't want that help. Now they feel like they need the help because what's coming into them, they cannot handle. They cannot handle. They can't handle the fact that everybody knows exactly what they did. They canceled themselves out. All because they wanted to try and come up against you because this crew said, "Oh, you don't need to be with that person. They this, they that." So they jumped on the hate train against you. They gambled with your love. And they lost. Especially when they woke up finding out that they was working for the devil. Especially whenever they found out that they listened to somebody that had them all stressed out. Have them under so much pressure. They got the responsibilities now that they never, ever, ever had before. And they don't think that they can make it through. Especially whenever after you walked away, their entire life started crumbling. At first, it was like just a little bit of the plaster Paris coming down. Then it was like these little pebbles. Then it seemed like it was bigger rocks. Now it seemed like it's boulders, and they realizing the whole top floor of their castle is missing. And they're like, "Oh shit! Lightning has hit this tower." Because all of those lies that they said about you didn't even touch you. You so well protected from this fool. There was nothing that they could do, and they have to realize that you were so well protected from this fool. Their arms was too short to box with God. That's what they needed to realize. Their arms was too short to box with God. Hey, Latasha, how are you? You too. Now they realizing if you know the whole truth and the extent of everything that's gone on. Oh, trust me, baby. You were well aware of everything that them and their crew was trying to do. There's nothing that you missed. But you allowed them to miss you with this. They thought that they was going to prove a point and show everybody that you was not somebody who you said you was, only to find out that your wings carried you out of those 8 of swords and left them right there. And now they got their head all in their hands, looking all embarrassed and shit because of something that they ended, something that they ruined, something that they should have come to you with that cup of love, but instead, confirmation. But instead, they wanted to act a fool. What else, Spirit? Mm-hmm. The part that they wish they would have never missed. The part that got them really fucked up was listening to somebody who wanted you to be fucked up. Who really, deep in their heart, had no soul. Deep in their heart, didn't want you to have a soul. Deep in their heart, wanted to help this person get rid of their own soul. That's the part that they hate, that they missed. Morning, Beatrice. And now, what they really miss is you. Now they really, really, really miss you. But they gambled. And they lost. It's like they lost their wish fulfillment. They lost the best thing that they ever had. Hey, Brittany, how are you, sweetie? The best thing that they ever had. And they know that you've gone away and you may never come back. And if you do, it's going to be a long while. So that they can feel. And that you're not doing it maliciously so that they can feel the hurt that they caused you. Spirit has moved you out the way so that this person can really feel the hurt, the pain, the misery, how they gave less than what you deserve. So that this person can be on the other end. This person is the one that's in need, not the one that's doling out. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. Anything else, Spirit? Thank you. Yep. You know the truth. You took that wand that they thought they was going to hit you with. And what you did was you used it to elevate yourself, to build your empire, and to grow into the empress that you are. And once again, all this person can think about is after you walked away, how their life crumbled. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it right there. I need to go ahead and get my breakfast started so I can eat, so I can actually concentrate at work. Other than that, I'll be like, oh, my stomach. Oh, I'm hungry. All right, y'all. I love y'all. And we'll see each other this evening, okay? Have a wonderful Wednesday. Thank you so very much for your support. I really appreciate y'all. And I love you all too. Have a great day.